Alrighty. What do we have? It's Monday, Monday, Monday. It's Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's another adventurous day. It's an actual 5 day week for the U.S. market and pretty much the global markets for the first time since, oh, geez, I don't know, 14 days now. We've gone through two 4 day weeks in a row, and we're going to have next week another four day week because it will be Martin Luther King Day on Monday. So it goes on and on and on like that. Um, let's see what's going on. The dollar index looks relatively firm. Nothing explosive, just steady, consistent. I think we're seeing some strength in some of the pairs. Let's see. Let's take a look and see. We have where's it at? You can see we have, that's the dollar index up there. You can see it's, excuse me. You can see right there we have a little red. So we get the mouse on that. There it is. There's the mouse. You can see that right there is red. So pushing down a little bit. We're very close to sliding into the daily sell. We are, when it comes to the weekly, we're still in that weekly sell as much as we tried to get going into the weekly buy. Let's put it up on the other screen. And we'll see right there with the dollar index itself, the dollar index futures contract. It is still in a weekly, let's see, there it is right there. Let's slide it over. Still in a sell. Oh, here, you still can't see it. There it is. There we go. You can see down there at the bottom, we're in that, weekly sell continuously still. Daily buy started off around in here. And it didn't really climb that much. You can see over here, same situation. We were in days, what's that, 6 days of daily buys. The strength has been kicking out over here on J4X. We have consistently nibbling away on the dollar. We've gone through the situation now where we're starting to look and see that we're likely chances of a rate cut between now in July are almost none, and then after that we'll start to see some type of action start to kick out on the interest rate cuts. The Fed will jump in. They'll do whatever they can to do to help out Mr. Biden. I don't think it'll work too well because unfortunately prices are still higher. When you go to the grocery store, you buy fuel for your machines and so forth. It's the same situation over and over and over again. Spin and pretend and all these other things. And the end result is it's just not the strength that we're looking for, really. Nothing. It's just the markets are just trapped into waiting for the very first primary, and that's coming up about a week away now. And once we start to see a clarity, in other words, that voters are going to vote for Mr. Trump to be the Republican candidate, then I think you'll start to see the market start to shift. And, they'll watch all the way up to March's Super Tuesday, where something like 17 states vote on that day. And then I think we'll start to see some real understanding by the markets. And markets obviously never like uncertainty, and the story that's always put out there by the opposition is that Mr. Trump will be in jail for 700 years, all kinds of stupid things that make no sense, but it's said over and over again, and someone's going to believe it. A third of the population is always going to believe something like that, solely because, that's who they are. And so once we get past that point, we'll see much more clarity of the interest rates, and the pairs trades will make more sense fundamentally, and that's pretty much where we're at the moment. All right. What else can we say about any of that? Just showing on the screen there, you see that dollar index, and you see it on the both in all three platforms basically, and that is that the dollar is firm, but the weekly signal obviously is not willing to join in, and that just tells us that this is just a Dead cat bounce. All right. Let's go over, just as I sip some of my coffee there. It is 8, or is it 7? It's 7:35 a.m. in the United States, so Eastern Standard Time. So it's morning time here still. Let's put the euro up on the screen. And you can see here, the euro is trying to inch its way into the daily buy right there. And we've been in that long weekly buy, at the same time. So, again, the markets and the currency pairs trades are not exactly as volatile as the U.S. media would like to pretend it is. We had this conversation last week where they keep on trying to tell us that the dollar's getting crushed. It's just beaten up, and we're gonna lose dollar, and just things that make no sense as a trader. They're saying, but again, that's part of the propaganda machine that we have going on in the States here. So when you watch Bloomberg or CNBC and Reuters and AP and all these services, you get these very strange statements that, when you go back and look historically to what they say, they're always wrong, which is amazing. And in an industry where the profit and loss, in other words, being right and wrong, is so important, making money versus losing money, being accurate in what you're projecting, you believe you see down the road, what's coming up into the market itself. It is amazing. They're documented. No one pays attention how wrong they are. So, all right, and that's the wondrous thing with us here at Dukascopy and in the doc here, is that we're live also, and we're documented, and you can see how much we are right compared to how much they are wrong. A lot. All right, from there we'll go to the cable. There's the cable, and you can see the cable is in a daily buy from yesterday on Friday, and it's trying to hold up. And we're still in that long weekly buy, as you can see right here, all the way across. From back down in the 121.5 area over in here. There's the line right there, just reminding you it's where they go over the zero line. And we put lines up just to show you where they went in above or below the zero line. It's quiet out there again. Hey, Robin? I'm glad you put that post up there saying, if you have any questions pertaining to Forex, futures, stocks, ETFs, feel free. Or just why the sky's blue, whatever. We'll try to answer it for you, because we will be documented on what we say. And then you can go back 3 months and 6 months and 3 weeks or 6 weeks and look and see and say, oh, wow, they were very accurate. Can't get away with this stuff if it's all fake, that's for sure. All right, and then let's put that up on J4X too at the same time. Let's show you the cable. All right, there. Cable dollar pairs trade. You see the 3 days in the green, the pressure's on. You see the fast stochastic trading at the 60, is that 62 or 50? It's 52. And you can see the slow down here at 37. So there's pressure on the upside with the cable. And then we go over to what we've really identified as one of the best pairs trades to trade itself. And that is the Swiss franc against the dollar. So let's put that up on the old screen and see what that looks like. But do that over in J4X first. There it is. And there is the 4 days of pressure on the upside. You can see the fast at 69. You can see the slow at 70. So it's starting to roll over a little bit when we look over here. And when it's rolling over like that, in other words, when the dollar Swiss pairs trade is going down, it's making money against the dollar. When it starts to turn up with the green, it's losing. And now it looks like it's going to roll over again. Let's put it up on the screen. There it is. See that right there? There's that strength. Still trying to lift up in here. And we're in the weekly sell. Where's our line at? We didn't have the line. Let's put that line in there. The weekly sell started over in here. Or maybe it's already there and we're just not seeing it. Yeah, there it is. So we don't have to put it in. It's right there. Remove. And you can see it right there. There went in the 90, in the was at the 88, 89 area, and it traded all the way down to the 83 and change area. So it's a really nice weekly sell, soft and steady, not jumping up and down, not confusing people, just slow and steady trading. And then obviously we went into the daily buy on a daily basis here, but with that weekly sell, we just figure it's a dead cat bounce. Yes, a dead cat bounce. All right. From there, we'll go over to the yen. The yen's been interesting. They've been putting some power into the dollar side of it. It's been weak against the dollar of late, just the last week or so. Let's take a peek and see. There we are. There it is right there. You see that strength that was kicking out. It's kind of flat today in the buy from here. And what's a little interesting is you can see the weekly is trying to turn up there. And then right there. See the same thing going on with that. Let's see if we can get the bottom data. There it is. Fastest at 80.5. The slow is at 82.89. So there's a little pressure on it to try to roll back over and gain a little strength against the dollar at the moment. Not yet, but getting close. Once those hinky ashkies turn into the red from the green. All right. Now, from there, we go over and traders, please, if you have any curious questions, fire them out. We're always glad to stop what we're doing and talk about it. It's makes it more like a trading crowd or a trading pit. That's the way we like to think about it. So when people ask questions, it makes it feel like we're back in the old days where we were on the trading floors, yakking away down on the pit when we're not trading. All right. From there, we slide over to the great experiment right there, the Turkish lira. And you can see it right there. Did we close? I think we closed on Friday at an all-time high closing basis. And today we're above it again. And you can see we've been in that weekly buy for a while over here. Right there. And if we tighten it up a little bit more like so, you'll be able to see how far back it goes. Back in September, it went into the buy down in here. You can see we're up in there now. Again, it's so much, it's very comfortable to be able to analyze products when you have the tools. That's the most important thing of all, is we have the tools. We're able to analyze them on a technical basis, and you can see, is Doc wrong? Did his math go wrong? It said that the overall week-to-week trend is up. And you look on the screen here, and well, this obviously looks higher than here. And this over here looks higher than there. And you can say this is also looking higher than right there. So obviously, the accuracy level is consistent. Let's put it that way. Okay, so there is the Turkish lira, and we don't really shoot out any projections anymore about where it's going unless you ask for it, because I feel like it's like I don't like beating up on the poor product. I did see that they had there was an article. Let's go into that a little bit. I saw an article this morning. It showed the five, I guess, what do they call it? The five worst currencies. Let's see if we can find that. I thought it was a very interesting article. And then there's a BRICS one too. There we go. Let's put that up on the screen. There we are. And we're going to be throwing it on the same screen as you see there. That's a good one. Someone just posted, a physicist from Ohio just posted, he says, feeling special this morning. Got a letter from my fraternity. They want me to die and give them all my money. I doubt it's Sigma Phi Sigma. I have to ask that now. I have to do that just for the sake of it. And then I'll put that chart up on the screen. Sigma Phi Sigma. All right. That's a good one. That cracks me up. All right. Here we go. And here is this one coming up on the screen right now, and you'll see it with me. Nope, that's not it. What is that? I'll go like that. There we go. Here it comes. There it is right there. So here is the most devalued currencies of 2023. I thought that was an interesting one. The Lebanese pound is down 89%. Argentine peso down 78%. The Nigerian naira down 43%. Angolan kwanza down 39%, and so is the Mali kwacha. And then the Turkish lira jumps in there. It's only down 35% for the year so far. So that's not, or last year. That's not too bad. Turkish lira. So I thought that was an interesting thing. Very interesting. So that is, I don't know, I just thought that was interesting. I didn't think they really talked about too much more than that. They looked at the Chinese situation with some stats and so forth. I understand Evergrande is having problems again. I didn't think it even existed anymore, but it's there somewhere. And been waiting to see the stories come out on that. And so that's pretty much it. That's the fun of that. Now I saw another story right behind it, which was, it's kind of currency related also. Let's see if we can find that right there. There it is. It's about the BRICS. Because we go to the South African rand and the BRICS right after looking at the Turkish lira. So let's put that on the screen. Let's see, BRICS expands footprint on global South. Right there. And so this is all the BRICS. I guess the red. And I guess the green is the G7. And the new BRICS are lighter. You can see that right. Let's see if we can make that bigger. There it is. So you can, let's cancel that. Let's do this. There it is. So there is the BRIC nations. And let's see. I guess that makes all sense. Japan is not a BRIC. And South Korea is not a BRIC. Japan is part of the G7. So I guess there's no G7 in the BRICS. I guess that's what it comes down to. And then who is that? Yeah, there's Great Britain and Germany and France and Italy, and so that's just thought that was interesting. Seeing the BRICS again because we follow the South African rand here. That's the biggest, strongest brick in the world. So let's go to the old brick there and take a look and see. Right there it is, right there. And as this thing rises, normally metals contracts go down in value. And then, where do we go from there? From there, let's see if we can find. Oh, you know what's interesting? Look at that. I just realized that it's pushing into the sell here today too. The South African rand. We're seeing some pressure there. All right. From that point of the South African rand, we go and we'll put it up on J4X. And then what we do is we go and look at the metals contracts. Right. Brick. Right there. South African rand brick. And over here, we'll put up gold. And there is gold. You can see there it's heading south still. It is flirting with the weekly buy. You notice that. It started that off this morning. That's interesting. We'll see how long that lasts. It's not through the manifold, so we're just cautious, that's all. One thing's for sure is that we're not as happy of being short gold as much as we know it just wants to go down. We don't know how long this is going to last, but one thing is for sure, it's been in this daily sell now. This is a 6th day in a daily sell. Now that move in there is somewhat surprising in its own right. In other words, we don't expect to see the metals contracts that weak. Now we'll take a look at silver. Save that like that too, like so. And here is silver. Silver doing the same thing. It is flirting right on the edge of the buy. The weekly buy is at 0.03 today, but we need to get to the end of the week or get through the manifolds up in here to get it into the weekly buy. So right now, just a little dead cat bounce possibly. When in doubt, blame a dead cat. All right, and then from there, we'll take a look at the copper, and that looks all upside down. I remember we have to fix that. I do remember now. I was supposed to fix that over the weekend, and I did not fix that. And you can see no matter what they're doing to it, the pressure is there. I think this one's wrong, and this one's wrong. I think Monday and Tuesday are wrong. We'll fix that in a little bit. And you can see just a little attempted bounce solely because of that missed data situation. We'll get it, fix it, everything will be fine. Then last but not least, there's the platinum. Platinum's been in that daily sell but cannot get into the weekly sell. And we've been beating the drum on that one, and the fact that I have a hard time believing anybody really wants to short that product. I mean, with gold trading around $2,000 and platinum trading around $1,000, that's definitely not something you'd want to go to bed at night with, being short in contracts. I can see you buying platinum over gold, that type of thing, but I don't see that as a viable trade whatsoever anymore. All right. So from there, we'll slide over to the energies, and here is crude oil right there. You can see there, the news that came out, they pushed it into a daily buy 2 days ago. And now they're rolling over again. You can see last week closed in a weekly buy after 3 months in a sell, all the way back in the first week of November, and now it's sliding right back into that weekly sell, as you can see right there, and it's breaking the manifold no less. So we put a dotted line in there with the circle at this point, waiting to see how long and how it lasts. Let's see. I say Jeff Bezos engineer into orbit for the first time. 1 inch at a time. There. Now, we go to, where do we go to from here? We go over to the Brent. Let's see what Brent looks like. Do for the good times. Let the good times roll. There we are. And let's get it up on the screen here. We'll get it. We'll find it. And there it is right there. And then we go right there. And here is our platform again. And let's put that up there. And you will see Brent. Where's Brent at? Let's switch over to it. And we'll put it on J4X too at the same time. There it is. You can see a little weakness in it right there. Oh, where's the data? There it is. Get that straightened out like so. So there's the Brent. You can see on the daily there it's at 63.2 and the slow is at 57.1. So there's some strength there, but we've got a red hinky going on right there. Then we'll put up on the screen here. Let's see, what's up with that? BZF. Let's see, go to BZF. It seems to want to work better with BZF instead of the whole formation. BZF. There it is right there. And there's BZF, and it fills in. You can see that selling going on there. You see the daily confirming it there. And the weekly is trying to get into the buy, just like, remember now, the weekly's 1 day off on the beta platform. So that's really Friday still. Waiting to put out Monday, and so we're not really seeing today, and we'll see a Friday last. It's a day behind, so it's like Friday morning right now. So it's showing that strength, just like we saw right here. Let's go do that again. You can see on West Texas Intermediate light crude, it threw a weekly buy, and we're seeing the same thing here with our beta trying to get into a weekly buy. And we can see here on Monday, now this is the daily is working right, and we're just a day behind on the weekly. We'll get that straightened out. I just got a text from my son who's doing the work on it literally about 2 minutes ago. So from the Brent, we'll go over to, look at that, the Brent, $76.89. That's something. All right, let's go to natural gas. Right there. Natural gas in the United States is trading at $2.79, almost $2.80. Under $3 a cubic yard, I guess it is. And, prices are pretty cheap here in energy situation. I mean, nowhere near what Mr. Trump had it at, but, at least it's towards the low end of Mr. Biden's presidency, which is nice. Another sip of the old coffee this time in the morning. And then we go over to it on the beta nat gas. Right there. You can see that natural gas hanging out around the 280 area. And you can see it, I think it went into the weekly buy last week. Yeah, it did there, and it's still there so far, but We need another day of it. We'll put it up over here. There it is, natural gas. Climbed in that weekly buy last week, and it's still looking firm the start of this week. And it's in a daily buy for 3 days. Everything seems to be pretty firm there at the moment. No real complaints there. Oh, you can't see it on the other side. Let's show it to you there. There it is right there. There's the natural gas. And then from there, we go over to, what do we got? That's natural gas. We've done crude oil. We've done Brent. We do natural gas. Oh, I know what it is. We go over and we check out the energy company in Spain to see if it's under the $27 area. See if they're still feeling that pressure. There it is right there. 26.96, just underneath it. And there it is right. Let's see, where's it at? It's around here somewhere. There it is. Let's put it up on the screen here. There it is right there. See that pressure on the product? It's in the sell for a bunch of days. And now we're seeing that, it looks like it's going to close in the weekly sell with no problem, a second week in a row. And that's signs that the energy prices in Europe are starting to get cheaper. I'm sure they're working hard to try to bring those prices down. I'm sure it's definitely a unique situation. So from there, that completes the energy look at the marketplace. And we'll go over and we'll look at the stock indices. And I think they're lifting the stock market back up again. Yeah, it's just a little bit. It's up. The S&Ps are up like 1.25. Right there, you can see this is what the whole day has looked like so far. Let's see if we can put this up. There we are. You can see this is Friday of last week. And then this is last night. And you can see it went down to, I think it went down to 15 late in the morning. This is the London Open right around here. Oh, you can't see that. Let's do this right there. There's like the London Open right there. And they sold it down and it's come back up. And now it's above where they started selling it. And, we see this is an intraday chart. And we'll slide over and take a look at the daily chart. There it is right there. And you can see right there the S&P 500 is holding up fairly well. It's trying to get through the plus area. As you can see, it's minus right here just a little bit. It's got a green and a red. And the weekly is leaking a little bit more this week than it did last week. It's showing a little weakness in there. And I would dare to say that if we don't see any strength in it by the end of the week and we're lower than we are here, it's a good chance it's going to slide into the weekly sell. We haven't seen a weekly sell since basically October. So we've been in the weekly buy since the 4,200, I guess it's like the 300 area. And so we've been in a weekly buy from in here. And you can see it climbed up to the 4,800 area. All right, now let's take a look at some of the other stock indices. There is the Tech 100. Same situation, went into the buy in the 15,000 area, and we've climbed to the 17,000, and at the moment we're 16,500, or you can see it's 16,484 to be exact. And it's trying to climb into the daily buy. See that pressure there? All right. Now, from there, we march over to the grand lady of them all, and that is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Right there. You see it's... something's wrong with that. I thought we were in a sell for a couple of days here. Let me try this. Let me just open this up. Let's see, right there. Yeah, it just on Friday started to push into the sell, and that's what's really going on. Is let's see, where's that? It's like right here. It started to push into the sell, and it's not there, but today it is. It's trying to climb into the sell itself. The weekly, you can see it down here. The weekly's been strong since all the way back in. That's at the beginning of November from the 34,000 area. It's climbed to 38,000. It's picked up 4,000 points. And now we're trying to weaken a little bit in there. And, this is going to be an interesting week in the sense that if they don't lift the market up again this week, like they did last year, then we're going to start threatening that weekly sell. And that could be the beginning of, more selling. I don't, like I said, I don't think until like Super Tuesday in March do we really start to get some real strength where the markets feel like they know what the future is going to look like. All right, now from there, we go over to the Russell 2000, which is like the weakest of the stock indices. Something like 60% or 50% of the companies do not make money. They're actually in the minus when it comes to making money. And you can see right here, it's gone from 2100 down to 1964 right now as we speak. They're really putting some pressure on it. Now, it is trying to get into the daily buy right there, and it is trying to roll over on the weekly. But so far, not that big an action, really. They're really having a hard time selling this this product because money is trying to look down the road. Investment money is trying to say, okay, what can I buy now that 6 months from now could be higher? And a lot of these stocks in there could be that way. They could be higher, that many months out. So there's always nibbling going on. There's always interest in the product. There's buyers, fund managers are trying to, step into that market soft and steady, not look crazy like they're buying loads of it, and distorting prices. Just slow, steady buying. All right, from there, let's see. That does the does that the four? Yeah, this is the 4 stock indices. That's what that is, and that's the Russell 2000. So we looked at the S&Ps and the Tech 100 and the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the Russell 2000. All right. That's usually where we end. But today it's been such a slow, steady, non-conversational day that we haven't, we've just went through all the products and the currencies. And if anybody has a currency or wants to see one of the products we were looking at, we'll gladly put it up on the screen and look at it and give you the math anticipation or value, what it thinks is going on with that particular product. And let's see, I'm looking around now. I'm curious. Let's see what the ruble's doing today. The currency that will not be spoken of is trading in the 91 area. Interesting. Let's see what else we have out there. Tesla. You can see Tesla been sold down. We have it up on the beta as we speak. See that right there? That pressure on it, and it's closed in the daily sell 2 weeks ago. And it looks like it's closing in last week. So there's that slow, steady. I think I heard that Tesla's down 4% for the last 52 weeks or something like that. Which is not that bad. I don't think it's dropped 4% in the last 8 days, but it is pressured. You see that weakness. All right. What else can we look at on here that I find fascinating? Let's look at the FTSE, since we were looking at stock indices, and there's the FTSE. Let's see, the FTSE is trying to lift up. It's in that same slow, steady glide down, which is curious, because let's put the Dow Jones Industrial Average up there. Where are you at? Right there. There it is right there. And it has that look too. It's like it's been in the sell for a bunch of days. Now we know that the S&P 500 when we looked at it, it's been in the sell for like four days, I believe it is at this point. So let's put the S&P back in there for a second. Take a look at it, just to reconfirm the strength in the general market. And there it is right there. You see, it says here on the beta we're in a sell now for going on a 6th day. So let's take a look at the DAX. We'll just roam around inside these stock indices and see, are they acting right? Are they acting wrong? And there is the London FTSE, showing the same thing. 6 days in a sell. All right, DAX, where are you? Zetra DAX? I think it's the Zetra DAX. Zetra DAX. It must be around here somewhere. There's always, there it is right there. Zetra DAX doing the same thing. But look at this strength coming into it today compared to the rest of them. Guess it's not being influenced by airline stocks. You see the weekly is flirting with a sell. We'll see how that is tomorrow. And then let's look at the Nikkei. The Nikkei. Let's see what the Nikkei is up to. There's Hong Kong. Since we see it, let's put it up on the screen. Hong Kong's got that same pressure going on it. They all seem to trade, with the same rhythm. Let's see. Nikkei should jump out any second now. And not there, not there. There it is right there, Nikkei. I think it's in the 34s. I think that's where it's at, 34,000. We're only 5,000 away from all-time highs. Yeah, it's 33,500 almost. So it's a 30. Let's see, the all-time high is from 1993. So we're talking now over 31 years that it has not been able to take out an all-time high. That's pretty. I would say that's damaging, when you really think about it. That's really tough. But then their currency has gone from like 3 to the dollar to, I guess, like 0.7 to the dollar, something like that. It's the currency translation, inflation. We're seeing a lot of different characteristics that have that influence over the way that the Nikkei trades. Now we've really taken a look at all of them, and they're not much. They're all pretty much trading equally with the rest of them. They all are. There's in other words, they're not really focusing. You're not seeing like currencies where some go up and some go down. In this case here, pretty much all the stock indices around the world are feeling that pressure. Let's see. All right, I guess that is that. And looking to see if anybody's got a question. How about you, Robin? Should we take a look at SPY for you? We can look at Qs and SPY. Anybody care to see anything particular? What's curious is Apple. Apple's been leading the market for so long. You got to wonder the pressure on the Apple computer stock. There's right there. You see, it's coming down from the $200 area. We're now trading in the 182, 183 area right there. See if we can emphasize the whole thing. Huh. There you go. So you see here from $200 all the way down to what was that the low is 180.17. So pretty much $20 drop, which is a 10% drop. And this is the biggest this is the biggest stock in the world. And it's one of the top. It's the top phone stock, I think it is. The cell phone industry, and its computers are like race car machines. They're treated like really, really solid entities. Trying to find some more. What can else we say around here? I don't have much more to say. Let's see. I think we have CPI coming out this week. Consumer Price Index? It might be. Let's take a look and see. Let's go over to the Dukascopy screen and see what we can find. Bum, 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 bum. I guess I can, you know what, I'll go put it up over here. That's what it is. Trading. And let's see, there's the economic calendar of Dukascopy. And let's see what this week brings us, since it's a very quiet day. You want to see the SPY? Sure. Let's put the SPY up there. I think it's been in a daily sell for a bunch of days. There it is right there. Yeah, so it's been in a sell since right here. And today it's trying to bounce up a little bit. You can see it's at plus 29. The weekly has not gone underneath. It's staying very steady. Oh, let's just do that again. There it is right there. SPY. You know, daily sell from here. And it's flirting with a buy today. And you can see the weekly has not let go. As much as it seems like it's trying to backpedal a little bit, but not really much. Now let's go over to the calendar. See what the calendar is, and then we'll get out of here since it's so quiet today. Whoop. So this week, so on today, we have nothing really popping out today. Probably some bond auctions tomorrow. Here's Tuesday's look. No, that's Wednesday at this point. There's Tuesday. Oh, you can't see that. Let's get that up on the screen. So there's no high impact tomorrow. On Wednesday, we start to see a little bit. Nothing major at the moment. There it is. We have, CPI comes out. Consumer Price Index. So that's the inflation number. And then on Friday, that's Thursday of this week. So we don't really have a lot of news pushing us around. I guess bond auctions would be kind of interesting. I'm sure there's a 30-year bond auction on Thursday there, I think it is. Yeah, Thursday. And let's see what the bond auctions look like. Because they're the ones where in the middle of the day you're trading and the next thing you know it's going wild. And then it stops and straightens out again. So let's see what bond auctions go off this week. Three-month bill auction at 10 o'clock today. And there's a 6-month bill auction going off today. And then tomorrow we're looking at goods and trades, unemployment number. No. There's a 10-year bond auction. No, that's a Euro 10-year bond auction, not US. There's some wholesale data. 10-year auction. Yeah, there it is. 10-year auction goes off. And that is on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I think we have the 30-year bond auction right there. So pretty much that's the name of the game, traders. I guess we'll come up with a name for the. It's like a Sleepy Monday. I think that's the only way I can look at it, is Sleepy Monday trading. After 2 weeks of only four-day trading, all of a sudden, it's just such a quiet day. Let's see where we put it. There we go. So we're going to call today Sleepy Monday Trading. All right, traders, this is Doc from North America. We'll catch you all tomorrow, same time, same channel. Maybe we'll have some people interested in looking at something, or you'll just sit there and watch my math, which is always magical for me. I always find it fascinating that people do that. I'm glad they do. I'm glad people are watching our math. So, happy trails to you until we meet again, which will be Tuesday. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Now watch out, traders. Around 10:30, 11, we have bond auctions, a short-term daily bond auction. So be careful. Ta-ta for now.